All right, Peter on the mini tree hunter. So we rode this with good old trusty Union Stratas and Adidas Tactical ADVs. To give you a quick summary, I own the Tree Hunter 161. This 151 definitely feels more like the Tree Hunter. You know, the Tree Hunter 61 is such a cruiser and fun, and yeah, it can be in the trees, but it's a little slower. This is just a fast, quick little Tree Hunter. Yeah. I actually felt like the Powder Glider was more the Tree Hunter, but this is just a Tree Hunter too.
It absolutely is.
This
you
little
can
mini
get
tree
into
hunter.
like, I got into some tight little tree sections, getting into tree barrels, and this thing just, it loves to just like carve around safely around a tree well.
And it's the most, these spring brakes are some of the most unique ways to ride powder
Absolutely.
I've ever, it's just different than any other board I've ever tried.
Here's every other powder board in this category, and this is like the best of the best. And then here are the spring brakes, completely out in left field.
But let's look at the flex here. Oh, you know, the flex year over year just keeps evolving with Capita boards. And this is, I'm not like, my Tree Hunter's like one of the first years or the second year it came out. And it's so much stiffer. This has such a more flexy, dampy, buttery, playful, super fun ride. And
Nailed it.
you know, yeah, it's got pop.
I popped.
This is
I
was
this
just
thing.
about to say, it was so funny you're saying it's got this unique light poppy feel.
Yeah.
That's just so dynamic and so different, you know.
I
I
licked
just
it and
can't
it-
stop saying different. Unique,
Yeah, I know.
You know?
I licked it and it tasted like Coca-Cola.
It was good. Now that's good pop.
Now that's good pop.
Oh, the camber profile, it's just flat.
Is it
To
though?
yeah, it's flat to a little bit of rocker, to a lot of rocker.
Feels like just the tiniest bit of rocker right here. Maybe it's not, but
it felt stable on
but it
groomers.
felt stable in the groomer, which
Yeah,
it
most
really
of them have that Capita flat to rocker.
yeah, where it like
flat
feels
kick.
like, you know, you can just wash around like crazy in groomers on
Yeah.
most of the spring brakes. This one, I actually felt pretty
Anybody
confident.
can ride this.
Anybody,
Yeah.
you could almost use this as a daily driver. I would
Yeah,
say.
this
It's
is
like
great for one footing, flat basing. We were just, once we got out of our little leftover powder stashes, there were some pretty well-groomed groomers, and
Yeah.
this just lit up on those.
Yeah.
But in like
Yeah.
your daily groomer driver,
no, if it
it's-
was hard and it was a little bumpy, I would not necessarily want
it's
this. You're right.
not going to be as much fun. But dude, this could, like, you know, the edge hold isn't ideal, but it's
Yeah.
good enough. It's like, you know, kind of average-ish.
Yeah, if the
You
snow
know.
is really good, like, I mean, you know, almost any board will do well, but
Yeah.
even though, like, it still didn't have that other, like, washy feel, though, like, completely washy feel.
No, it doesn't feel like continuous rocker at all.
Yeah,
It feels
it
more
feels
like
moderate.
the early hybrid camber days and flat to rocker days.
Yeah.
But the turn initiation's pretty quick. I wouldn't say it's lightning fast.
No.
But it's like medium fast.
Yeah, because it's got a wider,
it's wide and
thicker,
short.
little, you know,
Yeah,
thickness to it.
Wide and short and floaty. For the speed, I felt like despite its like medium soft flex, this medium soft flex, that's super easy to butter in the tip and tail.
And they're super lightning fast on the snow.
Yeah,
These
it's
bases
got some
all
glide
feel
to
just
it.
like they just slide.
Yeah, it's got some glide when you're ready to, you know, slide.
Yeah. Compared to
And-
all those other boards yesterday where like the moment you hit the snow, it felt like you really slowed down.
Yeah.
These, it
We
almost
made
feels
some
like,
cool traverses.
yeah, this really
Yeah.
accelerates.
I don't know if it's the fastest out there in this price point, but it's definitely competent and very well done. And then uneven terrain, I'd be happy weaving in and out of bumps,
Yep.
and it can handle a little uneven snow. It's just got this, you know, even though it's light, it's got this kind of unique dampness to it
So
that isn't like, usually when it's light and poppy like this, it's super chattery. This feels like there's some rubberiness in it.
here's almost what I feel like. And a lot of boards like that, you feel the chatter, like, you know, you feel it reverberate. And then there's other boards that kind of like go over everything.
Yeah.
This board kind of almost like pops off the top of every little bump, and then just like perfectly absorbs it to the point where you're almost, I don't know. It's like
Bruce Lee said, right? You're water.
Yeah.
Right? Water doesn't break. It only forms around things.
Be like water, my friends.
Yes.
Water can crash and it can flow. Pour water into a glass and it takes the shape of a glass. Be like water.
This is like water in bumps.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it can be it's small, it can be a little bucky and bouncy, but for this size, I've found so many worse than this.
Yeah. And in powder, when you're hitting like a bunch of chundery bumps, it just can pop right. Oh, I don't know. Pops
and this
right
is what it
over
looks like set all the way back, or very close to it.
Which feels like more centered.
No, it's all the way back on mini disc.
Yeah, and it feels more centered than a lot of boards.
It's a very centered ride.
Yeah.
And I was riding this Switch fairly well despite its taper and what's going on there. It's a very centered ride. It kind of feels like a smaller, what was it called? The 54 we tried?
Powder Drifter.
Powder Drifter and the Powder Racer.
Yeah.
But man, you know what I felt like? I felt like the Slash Slusher.
Yep.
Was almost a little more floaty than this, but I mean, we're talking like degrees of excellent flow.
Yeah.
You know.
You're comparing like 2 degrees of excellent diamonds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, man, this is a fun board. I'd say it's the most quiver of the Powell.
It absolutely to me felt like the most all around of all of the powder series.
I thought it was the most quiver.
Like the one board quiver, kind of.
No, I thought it meant like the most quiver. Like you get this, like you can get the Tree Hunter for the ultra deep days, right?
Okay.
You know, and you can ride that on groomers pretty well. You get the Powder Glider, the 58, like that kind of does the same thing. It's a little faster, a little slashier. This feels more like a quiver purchase, you know, to add to your powder quiver. Like, because would you want this on the deepest of deepest days?
Yes.
Okay, see, I'd want it. So there you go. There's the
But here's the thing, though, is I would want almost any one of these powder series in the deepest of deepest days. Ridden the Tree Hunter, but I believe him because he's like the Neil deGrasse Tyson of snowboards. And I'm just the Eugene Merman who just makes dick jokes on the side.
And
woo!
yeah, so anyways.